I'm in shock. You know those cookies from the store that's crunchy on the outside and chewy on the inside? I found the recipe and it's from 1922 and I'm mind blown. I cannot believe I just made this. This is the best chocolate chip cookie recipe and it's so easy to make, starting with 1 cup of flour. By the way, this is going to make 12 cookies. If you want more, then just double the quantity. And then half teaspoon baking soda, half teaspoon salt. Mix the dry ingredients together and then set it aside. And here I'm going to work on my wet ingredients, starting with room temperature butter, half cup of butter, which is one big stick, and then half cup regular sugar and half cup brown sugar. Whisk this together until you have like a paste. Like if you feel like your butter is not soft enough, just mix it a little bit and then let it stand for a minute or two. The butter will soften even more, as it should. Mix until it looks like you can actually spread it. It does look like raw cookie dough. A dash of vanilla extract, about half teaspoon, and then 1 egg. Mix it all together until you can no longer see the egg. By the way, I ate 4 of these in one sitting with no shame. And then sift in the flour. Now, when I was done sifting and I started mixing it, I did panic a little bit because it looked like there's too much flour in it and it's going to be dry. I was wrong. You gotta trust the process. This recipe is foolproof. As you can see, as I'm mixing better and better, it's all coming together. But once it came together, I did panic a little bit again because then it looked a little too wet. But it all worked out and I'm so happy. I hate making chocolate chip cookies because all the recipes I've tried, they're new recipes. This is from the 20s, so it's like original recipe without any modification, and it worked. For the chocolate chips, I added 1 cup of chocolate chips and half cup of macadamia nuts, which I put in a Ziploc bag and then smashed it. It's so much easier than chopping with a knife because chopping macadamias with a knife is not a peach. It's easier to chop pecans, but this chopping is not fun, so beating it together is the easiest way. And then mix everything together. I'm gonna preheat my oven to 375 and bake this for, I set it to 8 minutes and it was the perfect amount of time. But I have a strong oven, so you might need 9 minutes. If you're using a stove top, like the little mini oven, put it to 365 because it's stronger. And then I scooped it with just a teaspoon. I thought about using the little meatball scooper, like the little ice cream, but it's for meatballs. But the dough is so wet that it would really stick to it, so I just use my finger with a spoon and try to make equal sizes, and 12 came out. A little chocolate chip on the top. This is not necessary, but it's just gonna make it look a little more appealing when it bakes. Yeah, it looks like a blob, but this is where you're supposed to come in with a round cookie cutter and kind of just spread it inside to make it more round because it's still very, very soft, so you can modify the shape of it. However, my cookie cutter would not fit in here, so I just pushed it all together, trying to make it round with a spoon. You know what? It came out phenomenal, fantastic, beautiful. I mean, it literally looks like it's from the store. I want to say it looks like it's from Costco, like this typical big batch of cookies from Costco. But anyways, mind blowing. My jaw is on the floor how amazing these came out. I put this on a wire rack to cool completely, and the outside is crunchy, the inside is chewy. If you eat it when it's still warm, the chocolate is still kind of melted on the inside. It is amazing. I will never attempt to make any other chocolate cookie recipe any other way. Like, this is the best. I will be sticking to this recipe and probably taking it with me to the grave. That's how amazing it is. It took me 30 years to find this recipe.